Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Firehouse Chef. Hope I didn't cut my head off right there. I'm your host as always, blah, blah, blah. And today I brought a prop because I'm going to be covering the third part of our condiment series. Now, if you can't see the prop, perhaps you shouldn't focus so much here, but over here a little bit more. Let me help you. Yes, guys, we're going to be covering that high fructose corn syrup, diabetes and obesity causing red tomato juice, otherwise known as ketchup. Now, I'm going to show you to make it from scratch. I'm going to take out the high fructose corn syrup because I care about people, especially at my fire station, who can't have any high fructose corn syrup. I know there's a lot of you out there as well that are trying to stay away from it, and as highly qualified professional athletes, which is how I view firemen and firefighters, I think it's important to kind of watch what you're eating, which is why I always promote trying to make homemade stuff. I've beaten this horse dead before, so I'm going to shut up and let's get going. So everybody knows that ketchup is a tomato-based sauce, and it's really a derivative of the quality of tomatoes that you're using. I'm always going to prefer that you get some tomatoes from your garden, whether they're from the firehouse or from home. But if you don't have these, because these don't grow year-round, and not everybody has a garden to pull from, I found some of the probably culinarily accepted best tomatoes out there, and that's the San Marzano ones from Italy. In fact, they come from the boot, just about right there, almost towards the bottom. Now, what we're doing with these is we're basically drying them out, concentrating the flavors, and then adding specific spices. This is where the fun comes in, and where the hundreds of different recipes for ketchup are built upon. Now, this is just one. You can then build upon it from here, or take a little something out that you want to try to adjust the flavor to the way you want it to. But you'll notice that there's something not up here, the high fructose corn syrup. Let's get started. Now, where our ketchup is condensing and getting richer, more flavorful, I can't think of a better way to have ketchup than with French fries. So I'm going to cut these up into some wedges, bake them in the oven. I'm not going to fry them because, again, I'm looking out for your professional athletes to come to your door and save your life and not get stuck at the front door because they're having a heart attack. Although there is a time and place where French fries cooked in oil are called for. Just not a Five Guys, because oh my gosh, are they a lot of calories. So there you are, ladies and gentlemen, the episode on ketchup. This is the third part, and I probably just cut my head off. Sorry about that. This is the third part of a four-part series on condiments. I'm going to be finishing up here with barbecue sauce, but not before I touch on the backyard barbecue hamburgers that I promised you. Now, specifically in reference to this ketchup here that I just made you all, I like my ketchup on the spicy side. I like to know that I'm not eating that high fructose corn syrup substitute that you get at the store. So mine's on the spicy side, so don't be afraid to kind of pull a little bit back if you need to from the get-go, but on the same token, don't be afraid to punch it up a little bit if you like. Now, the ketchup I made as well, made roughly 3 to 4 cups or so. It should last in the refrigerator for well over a month. At the firehouse, though, 2 or 3 shifts at the most. Now, this kind of good segue. I got an email from a firefighter asked me specifically, you know, Ryan, I love your show, but at the same time, you seem to be focusing on basic skill level. I'm a little bit more medium or advanced skill level. I'll keep following you. Number one, thank you for following and commenting. I love that. Secondly, I understand that most of the show from the get-go has been on the basic level. And that's not that I don't want to challenge you all. I would like to challenge myself as much. But I'm looking out for that wide-eyed rookie who comes in the firehouse. And don't tell me that you don't see him every time and you throw him into the kitchen and you got 6 or 7 guys staring him down saying, you better cook us something good. And he's shaking in his knees. So I'm making this for them. I'm trying to give them a foundation from which to build upon so they can then start with more medium and advanced techniques and make the food taste a little bit better. Now, this isn't just for them. This is also for the college student who's just getting out there underneath the mom and dad's wing and has to cook for themselves, or the 40 or 50-year-old something person who's just discovering the culinary delights of the world. I'm trying to give them a foundation to build upon so when they need to cut some garlic or they need to find a specific herb, you know, the Firehouse Chef has already taught them that. I can't believe I just referred to myself in the third person. Anyways, I appreciate the comment. I appreciate the feedback. I understand I'm building towards that. I'm going to be advancing towards more medium and advanced stuff, but just be patient with me. In reference to that, I love the feedback. Email me here. Follow me on Twitter here. Yeah. And then more importantly, if there's anything you can do for the show, please go onto iTunes and write me a review. It doesn't have to be 5 stars, although I prefer it because I put a lot of time and effort into this. Oh. But anyways, thank you again. Without further ado, if I can be a chef, why not you? Now remember, while this is boiling away, it's going to take about 45 to 60 minutes. I can't think of a better way to try our new high fructose